Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
How's it going, everybody? Wildman Wes here, and welcome to day 5 of Shocktoberfest 2024. So for today's episode, I'm going to be doing what I do every year as best as possible. Though during Shocktoberfest, we do a lot of horror movies and we do a lot of things regarding Halloween, there is one thing in particular that is near and dear to my heart, and that is Halloween specials. Today we're going to be doing one that's off of a TV series from the early 90s. It's going to be from the show called Eek the Cat. This was a show that broadcast on the Fox Kids network as well as YTV Canada back around like 1991, 1992. This episode is entitled Halloweek. This was the 6th episode of season 1. So, and I remember having this on a bootleg tape or a daily tape. I shouldn't say bootleg. Wes, dude, you're gonna get yourself in trouble. But anyways, I had it on a tape and I remember watching it vividly. And I realized, why haven't I done a review on this one yet? Well, today is the day, folks. So in this episode, Eek the Cat's owners, Wendy, Elizabeth, and JB are going to be going out trick-or-treating, and they get into this dual costume of being a giant chicken. And they're unable to be steering the costume well enough, so their mom decides, hey, let's put Eek on the top. Let's put him in the head, and he can steer the costume. Well, while he's moving around trying to help his owners out, they don't know what they're doing, and they get separated, and Eek becomes a chicken with a head cut off. Oh, man. I'm a dad now, I can make these jokes, damn it. So anyways, Eek eventually goes flying back and forth from town to town to town until he lands in a cemetery where he finds a young ghost that is crying and sad because he got separated from his family and friends that come out once a year for Halloween to scare humans into just having fun. And unfortunately, on the other side of town, there's a witch who's making a concoction to bring all of the ghosts to her house, where she will extract their essence to make beauty products. That just seems so weird. Anyways, in order to do this, she needs certain ingredients, and one of them is 20 stinking toes of bickering children. Well, guess what? Wendy, Elizabeth, and JB happen to stroll right next to the house, and they get captured, tied up, and over the cauldron, letting their stinky toes go all into the water. The ghosts all get brought up into the house, and Eek finds a way to dispel the evil, dispel the potion onto the witch, where she ends up becoming a rodent, where her little cat sidekick that's been abused half this episode decides, you know what? She's going to be my servant now. Well, all the ghosts get back to the nether realm, wherever they're going to be going. Who knows what they did before they died. And Eek takes JB and Wendy Elizabeth back home, where they have a happy, happy Halloween. So that's the episode in a nutshell. Now, I could not find my old VHS copy of this. However, I did some sleuthing, and yes, the episode is on YouTube. I would recommend watching it. It is pretty funny, and it's a quick watch. I mean, with a lot of these cartoons and TV shows that have a Halloween special, 20-some-odd minutes, that's not bad. Plus, you don't have to deal with the commercials. We're going to talk about what I like and what I don't like about this episode. I'm going to go with what I don't like. Not much. I mean, honestly, This episode actually has a lot of funny humor. I mean, the fact that some of the jokes is, at the end, especially when the ghosts are leaving the human world, Eek says, bye, say hi to Elvis for me, and they're all like, Elvis? Who's Elvis? What? And then it dawned on me, maybe Elvis was never dead to begin with. Oh, conspiracy theory, folks. Also, near the beginning of the episode, there is a scene where two guys are in a horse costume, and one of them's complaining, going, why do I always gotta be the horse's butt? And I was like, well, dude, you're a great horse's butt. You've been doing it for the last 4 years. Who does it better? Well, while all the chaos is ensuing with Eek being the chicken with the head cut off, he ends up getting knocked onto a motorcycle where the front end of the horse hits the motorcycle, and then eventually a pumpkin jack-o'-lantern gets onto the head of the biker. He looks like the Headless Horseman. This guy is telling the story of the Headless Horseman at a campfire to these kids. And they're saying, oh wow, you're really scary. Oh no, it's just a story, it's not real. And anyways, the biker flies by and the kids freak out. And amidst all that other chaos, the biker eventually crashes and the head of the horse goes through a window. And it turns out it is the home of a person that does things that are illegal and gets a lot of money. And okay, it's a Godfather reference. This horse head ends up in the bed of a mobster, and it's just, I laughed. As a kid, I'm like, okay, this is kind of funny. But as I got older and watched the Godfather movies, especially the first one, the scene where the horse's head is in the man's bed, okay, that made it even funnier in retrospect. Okay, now it's time to grade this. I'm just going to go ahead and be biased. 8+ on this episode. This was, I still watch it. I mean, I make sure that I try to watch it at least once a year during the Halloween time because it's a cute little quick episode and it's just fun watching a scaredy cat. Yes, I know, another dad joke, deal with it. But also it's just one of those things where it's nostalgia for me, and I love watching things that were before my time, during my youth, and even now to this day, I'll find things that are new that I'm like, wow, that's kind of interesting. I think I'm going to watch it. And eventually they end up on things like this. Well, we hope you enjoyed this quick little episode on the Eat the Cat Halloween special, aka Halloweek. We hope you leave a thumbs up. If you didn't agree with everything on this episode, you can leave a thumbs down. Otherwise, make sure you share on social media, push that little red button, ring that bell for instant notifications, and keep coming back, especially tomorrow for Day 6 of Shocktoberfest 2024. I'm Wildman Wes, and we will see you next time. Stay scared, kitties.